What is up, guys? It is Joe here today for Aeterno UK, and welcome back to a brand new series. This is a tips and tricks series to starting off a gaming channel on YouTube and getting past that dreaded 100 subscribers mark. It can be very, very daunting when you first start YouTube, and you know it's harder than ever to be starting a YouTube channel, especially a gaming channel. You know, gaming accounts for a high percentage of the viewing figures on YouTube, but there are so many people who do it out there. It's very, very hard to make yourself known, especially, like I say, when you're only just starting. But I'd like to think that I have a good idea of how you get to that 100 subscribers mark, as I did it pretty quickly myself and surpassed it, and within 10 months I'm already at 800 subscribers in a F1 community where our biggest YouTuber is only at around 45,000. So yeah, like I say, this series is going to be continuing. I'm starting off today by talking about branding and what you need to do to get your exposure in the YouTube marketplace. Now, people say don't judge a book by its cover, but everybody knows that first impressions are vital, and you know it's scientifically proven that first impressions actually account for a lot of our feelings towards something, and in this case, the feelings towards a YouTube channel. Now, many things actually make up branding on YouTube. They range from logos, banners, to intros and outros, and also watermarks, playlists, general channel look and channel layout, and all these things I'm going to be covering in today's video. So, getting right into the video after that short introduction, logos and banners, like I say, are very, very important. Now, you've got to have a very, very catchy logo for people to click on your channel. Don't try and copy other logos because, you know, especially if it's a bigger channel, like say you try and copy PewDiePie's logo, for example, people aren't going to want to subscribe to you just because you've got the same logo as PewDiePie, because he's the biggest gaming channel on YouTube. Now you're only just starting out, so you want to be unique, you want to stand out. Now, my best advice is to just have a catchy logo that is one letter or two letters. As you can see, mine is just an A with an F1 background. Now, you could do this for your channel. Just take one letter, two letters, or three letters. Say it's an abbreviation, like mine is Aeterno UK. So I could put A UK with a nice font, cool text. I would recommend that. Find a nice font on there, get a good resolution, and just put it onto a background of your choice, and set that as your logo. Make sure that it stands out, that you can see the logo, that it's predominant in the foreground, and then people will think, you know, that's really nicely done. Get other people's opinions on it. If they don't, you know, get them to say honestly, do you think this is a good logo? And if they would click on that, then other people are going to do that. You know, banners are the next thing that I was going to talk about. The YouTube One layout, I believe it's called. So yeah, just the banner that you have on your channel. You know, they're relatively cheap if you want to buy one. I would highly recommend buying one, which I did. I'll leave a link to my graphic designer, I guess you could say, in the description. He made a lovely background for me. Check it out on my channel if you haven't already. The background is really nice. You know, I told him what to do. Jim Graphics was his name. He did it for £7. Did a fantastic job, and I've had it for a very long time now. I've had it for pretty much since the channel started. So yeah, like I say, just spend a little bit of money, or you know, even if you're not willing to spend even that sort of money, just do it yourself, and just get a nice background. Like I say, not too flashy or anything. Just get like a plain background and put your font of your channel name over it, and just set that as your background until maybe you grow to 50, 60 subscribers, and then maybe think about buying one, as I did. You know, you've got to think to yourself, when you look at that logo and banner, like I say, would I subscribe to this channel? And if the answer's no, then maybe you're doing something wrong, and maybe that's why that you're not getting the exposure that you want. Getting on to the next point on intros and outros. Now, they're not essential. a lot of people don't use intros or outros, and in fact, intros are becoming more scarce by the day, I guess you could say. But if you can get a really high quality intro made, if it's low quality, there's no point in using it. But if you can get a good high quality one that you think, that's really, really good, and you're proud of it, then by all means use it. I mean, I have one. I'd like to think that it's quite catchy. Get some non-copyrighted music in the background. I'd recommend no copyright sounds for that. They have some great house, dubstep, drum step, electronic music. It's really good to get your viewer sort of involved, I guess you could say. If they hear a nice catchy piece of music, as I'd like to think mine is, so many people have commented saying, what is that song? It sounds absolutely awesome. And if you leave them with that impression at the start of the video, then they'll think, I'll keep watching this. But it's important to not make the intro too long. Keep it under 10 seconds, because people have come to watch your video, not to watch an intro. People have clicked on it, like for me, if I do an F1 2013 gameplay, they've come here to watch F1 2013 and not to watch an intro for a minute or however long. I think mine's 8 seconds, so it's pretty good. Just get your channel name in there somewhere, maybe even the YouTube link of your channel, and that's fine. That's all you really need. Outro is sort of the same as that. I don't use an outro personally, but if you do use an outro, make sure to leave a link to your previous video, and make sure to do an annotation for it. That's really, really important. Moving on to the next point is on watermarks. Now, as you can see in the bottom left corner, I use that watermark. Unless I forget, occasionally I will forget, I admit that. Sometimes I put it on and I think, oh no, I've forgotten my watermark. I do think it leaves a really unique, lasting impression, I guess you could say. It does. It looks, it's good. It's good. It's got to be small, reasonably small. It can't take up the whole of the video space. That's got to be. It's got to be in a place where there's sort of like on F1 in the top left corner you've got the race position, top right corner you've got the lap counter, whereas bottom left corner there's nothing in there. So I slip mine in there, and make it related to your logo. Mine's the same font as my logo. So. And also the same colour. So it's not essential once again, but it's a nice little touch. I always like to think. So that just about concludes today's video. If you like this, make sure that you do like the video, because it's been great to talk to you guys, and I wish you the best of luck if you're just starting on YouTube. It's a big market, but I tell you what, if you crack it, it is really, really rewarding. And even if you're around 100 subs, I hope that you found this useful. And maybe if you're thinking, I can't quite grow, I'm stuck in a rut almost, then I hope this helped you. I'll be back with another episode probably in the next couple of days, or maybe the next week. But until next time, guys, I'll see you next time. Bye bye.